The biggest mistake I see a lot of my students make, and probably the biggest thing that's holding you back, is playing with only your plans in mind. I will show you how I think and how I believe that I'm playing against a human. And I always think, why did the human make that move? If a human makes that move, probably there is some kind of logic. If there is a logic, I have to see what the logic is, see what the plan is, see if it's worth defending and boycotting the plan. If I can boycott it with development of my pieces, I will. If his plan is bad, I will just push my own plan. I'm constantly considering how strong is his plan, how strong is my plan. So, my opponent played a line where we will probably go into a two knights, except he took the pawn. So, now we're just back in a exchange. I don't really know which knight to do first, but I think moving this knight first is better because I'm preparing to develop my bishop. If he doesn't put his knight somewhere, I really want my bishop here. Um, so this is one tiny practical tip I want to give you. In the exchange Karakam, usually you take except if the knight is here or the bishop is on b5. The knight is here, so I will not take. The point is that this pin is actually quite disgusting, destabilizing the center, and we don't take because of this knight, because actually the pawn has to be there, and this is quite a bad setup. So now we just go back. He could attack our bishop, and maybe it was better to develop this knight first for that reason, to be fair. Yeah, maybe I should have done that, fair enough. So now do we take or do we let him take us? Mm, I can develop, he takes, I take. So I open up my rook. Then I will probably not kingside castle anytime short. But I don't think he will castle kingside because of this horrible structure. So I do have to think, if I put this here, my pawns will mainly be on light squares, especially after this. So this is my bad bishop and this will be my good bishop. So trading this bishop off is not the worst thing in the world. I just gotta think, do I want to take, you take back, I develop, you don't have a threat, you probably jump into the center, I will allow you to trade if you want, and you don't really have a threat. If you hit me with g5, is that an issue? I can jump in here with some pressure, but I don't know if I have some future. Maybe with bishop to d6, I can fight for the f4 square. So I think I will take. He will take back, and I cannot really choose between these. So if I do this, you jump in the center. Is there a difference? I don't think so. If you play this, maybe I should go back here instead, actually. Um, because the one big issue that I have is that if I go here, maybe my knight gets trapped and I cannot fight for the f4 square. So I would wish to do this and play my bishop and queen, fighting for the f4 square, jump a knight into it, and then I will be very active. But if he plays a knight on e5, blocking my bishop and queen and reinforces it, I cannot do that. So probably my knight will have to go back to d7, so I will just make this move, preparing the development of my bishop. He can pin me. I don't really mind. And now I can just develop. Yes, he blocked this ID, but usually the engine actually wants us to go for this still, but I'm not really a fan of it because after takes and takes, we traded off our dark squared bishop with a light squared pawn structure. So this is our strong bishop, and I mean he has a 4 out of 3, so only 3 pawns on the dark square. So I guess that that bishop is also not bad, but ew, I didn't think about that. I mean it's not that good of a move. I think I can just go here. If you want to give me 2 pieces for a rook, I will take that trade any time of the day. And if you do this, you still have pressure on that. So if you want to kick my knight, which is something I have to calculate, I can just kick your knight. And if you take, I can take either piece. So after take, you will have to take back. Then I can take defended with the rook attacking the queen, but I can just see that this is fine, and that's enough for now. So for the opening analysis, I didn't actually include this all yet, but I just did. So after e4, c6, my opponent went with knight to c3. I did this and takes and takes. And here after d4, I do develop the f6 knight first to try and force my bishop to g4. He did just play the knight out. I got my bishop, and we got this position. So I only included the bishop move, and then we just develop and get into a very similar position. And here we see if we get kicked, we go backwards because of this knight, and there is no threat of knight to e5. Um, you will see that I did make the mistake of going back and actually knight to e5 was quite winning there because my knight wasn't developed yet. So this knight has to be here and this knight has to be here, which is a little detail that I didn't know, but now I know. So if he plays h4 here, we do have to take, which I messed up. And then we will just go into a very normal position, develop. He has to defend the pawn. We can just go for the setup. He develops, and I stopped here. Your plans are just every normal Korokon plan ever. Um, if you have my course, you will just know the plans because of the sample lines. Excuse me if that was loud. And it's just always the same. It's develop kingside castle, keep your king safe. He should try and attack you. Keep your king safe, keep your pieces active, get this rook here or this rook here, and start a minority attack or pressure on the center. The king side should be locked but safe. So I did mess it up a little bit. I should have taken, and if he just developed, which is the only line I actually included here first, but I just included the other line. Here you do go back and you will see that we just go for very, very standard Korokant stuff, as always. Take, take. Now you see we have pressure on this weak pawn, more pressure on this weak pawn, and we stop here. I mean, take, take, and take is already a free pawn. Develop, you have a passed, protected passed pawn, so I would advise to trade all pieces because we have a win condition. If you don't know what I mean with a win condition, you should watch more of my videos. And I mean, we have awesome pressure. We will win this pawn, have a win condition. This position is completely winning. If I have 2 moves here. Let me fix that. Okay, so I deleted the knight line. I like this line more. We have awesome pressure on this. We pose a queen trade. If he takes, we will just take back. Nothing special. And he has a lot of pressure. And I mean, he is under a lot of pressure. So probably he does have to take. And then we will just develop the rook. He will have to defend the knight. Um, then just double, start a minority attack, get a weak pawn, probably trade these 2 for these 3 because we will trade 2 for 2 and there will be an isolated pawn. When the isolated pawn, you have a pass pawn, which is a win condition, and trade all pieces and play the king and pawn endgame with a protected past pawn, the king will have to be in the square. It will have to stay in this area anytime we do this. The king will have to be in this area. So our king is free to roam around wherever we want, but his king will be stuck in this box. I mean, I didn't draw it that good like this. So if the king goes here, just know that you're already winning. Let's say uh, push. The king is here for some reason. He will just be in time though. But if he's blocked or you can protect it, like he has to stay in this box, which is very limiting for him. And the more you push it, the smaller the box gets. So try to push your pawn, defend it, maybe win a pawn because your king can be more active so that you have two pawns and you can make the protected passed pawn a bit further. Make the box smaller so his king is less active, and then you will win on the passed pawn and the king activity. That's a bit of the plans here and how you win this. So, I mean, we went over a couple of sample lines and the moves, what I should have done. I hope that was instructive. And if it is, consider my course if it's out already. It will probably take another month. And subscribe if you don't want to miss out on these tips. And let's go back. That might be slightly annoying. But actually, I can still do this. And if you take, I can rook takes, and I get such an active rook. So I'm not really scared of that. You cannot attack my knight, which is nice. And if you could, I also have g6, which is quite a weakening move. But it does put another pawn on a light square, so it should be fine. So you can stop me in two ways. So now my opponent should think, is it worth stopping him? And I mean, usually on the other side of the board is an actual thinking human. So, really, what I want to teach you is if your opponent makes a move, it is because he thinks it's a very good move. So, if you get into a situation where your opponent does something, think about the plan. Like, why would you put both knights here? Well, this knight is here to open up that and infiltrate like this and winning a tempo on the bishop. This knight is here to go towards the center again. And are these plans worth saving if you can stop it? So my opponent can stop me and now should think about, is it worth stopping him? And by the way, maybe I have ideas like this, by the way. That's a very nice square for my knights. Putting a lot of pressure on a lot of things and controlling a lot of dark squares surrounding your king. So he moved his rook, and I'm quite confused what the plan is. Now I know you're not castling queen size. So he thought this was the plan with an attack on this, so let me preemptively defend it. So if I do this, you do that, I can at least trade this off. Yeah, at least. And if this and you attack me, I have something here. And if you attack me again, my knight is defended, and I should be able to rescue it. So I will just continue my plan. If he's not careful, I can just take this bishop, and then my knight will activate. He should stop that. But the only way to stop it is actually this, and that's quite a depressing move, if I'm honest. So he gave up the bishop, so that takes, and I cannot take. That is why he played this. So I'm again just thinking, what is his plan? Why did the human make that move? There has to be a logic. I'm searching for it. So this move just defends this, which prepares takes, probably with take. Oh no, take, queen take, and I could take this with a tempo. So he didn't give me the information how he will take. So he's preparing takes, maybe queen takes, and then I could put my bishop here because it served its purpose, and then I can fight for f4 to put a knight in, which will be a awesome square. So do I want to take the bishop? And the answer is probably yes. I'm quite sure I want to take that bishop. So now I have to reactivate this knight. Probably putting the bishop here is the best way to do so. You cannot attack my knight, you cannot attack anything, I believe. I should also think about take, take, and take, but the queen defends. So I could put some pressure, by the way. That might work. So let's say I do this with the plan of takes, you're forced to take, then I can take with an attack and a discovery attack check threat. That was difficult to say. Anyway, so I should think about this threat actually. Um, and how I found that is that this tactic works except for this. So I'm thinking about how do I force it to work. And pinning the knight like this, if you castle in this, I'm totally fine with that. And still takes works, by the way. But after takes, 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 move the queen, that could happen, but I'm not scared of that because I won a literal piece. So I think this is actually a very good move. I don't really see how you stop all of this for now. And I can still do this, maybe get my bishop in, and the purpose of this knight here is just to anchor in my bishop then. And a knight on the edge is usually very, very bad, but if it has a clear purpose and you have a clear function for it, it's not that bad. It's fine if it has a purpose, and if the purpose is served, get it out. Like the knight should go towards the center as fast as possible, should go forwards as fast as possible. So once my knight served its purpose here, it will go one of these, hopefully. And this is the weakest one. So something like knight to e2 would make a lot of sense, just pacifying my knight, but that would make his knight very passive, and that's quite an illegal move for now. By the way, I did also calculate takes and takes. Yes, he has discovery attacks, but I think those should be fine. So he does castle, okay. So first of all, king very weak. Second of all, I could make a pawn break just to open it up. Maybe sacking the pawn is a good idea for him, I'm not sure. Third of all, can I not take? Take, attack my queen, I can take with the bishop, so that's fine. Take, and you move the knight. Um, I can take the knight, and if you take my bishop, I won a piece, so that is fine. So take, I can take with a fork. You could pin me, but I can take the pawn defending my queen. So how do you defend this? You could pin me maybe? Is that your plan? Um, you pin me. Maybe that's the plan. So I cannot move my bishop with an attack on your queen, and if I defend, you just take. Oh no, you take with the rook. Take here, here, you take, and this is guarded twice. So can I make this work? Take bishop here. Rook there, I meant. If I take, you go there. If I sack my rook, um, your queen is attacked. So if you take my rook, I take your queen, you take back. And what's the count? I took a pawn, took a piece, you took a rook. I took a queen, you take a queen. I can fork you, but I gave up a rook. So I don't think the tactic actually works. And I don't see a way to make it work. So let's just activate my knight and bishop now. And probably castle king side. This is not pinned anymore, but again, I have the very clear plan to put something on f4. So he stops it. That's not dumb. That does blunder a pawn, though. And my rook is not serving a purpose. If you want to move a piece, think about what did that piece do. This piece is not doing anything. So I can take this. If you challenge me, um, I mean, I could, by the way, just skewer you. So yeah, I think this is just a free pawn. And now my rook is very active, and I have a feeling that his position will collapse. I cannot skewer you. The knight controls it. Oh, I miscalculated, but I mean, it should be fine. There's no threat here. I could, by the way, just take castle, and he doesn't actually have a threat, and he doesn't have any infiltration. So, yeah, you can do that, but I don't see the real purpose. I could attack your queen, but after takes, I think I just lost a piece. I could do take because if you take my queen, I take a queen, but then you take my rook. So that is a very easy miscalculation. So I think I will just save my queen. Probably save my queen with a threat into a square where it cannot be attacked. So I want to go here. So I have a threat, but actually after this, knight goes here. I can save my queen with a threat again. Then you can maybe wander in. Hmm. But I mean, I attack your queen and I'm so active, so it should be fine. I only have 4 minutes, so let me speed up. Um, I mean, talking and playing and going over my whole thought process is quite difficult. Yeah, so I saw this. I thought this was fine, but I have to speed up, so mistakes might happen. So now it's quite not doable to defend this. If you do that, you go here. Can I take? No, because after takes and takes, you still see my rook. So after this, rook take, I lost the exchange. Okay, you don't go for that. So how do I exploit my pressure the best? I think with a bishop here, attacking the queen and gaining control over c1. You can get into these two squares. If you do this, attacking my queen. I mean, take. I can take this with a check and take a piece, so it should be fine. So let's do this fast. And after your queen moves, I should be able to either trade it. Wait, is your queen trapped? Oh, you have this. I didn't see that, but your queen is quite trapped. I control all of these, and I attack you, and I control both of these. And that. So this is the only square you can go to. Queen here, can I exploit that? I don't think so. So I'm up a pawn. I could take castle. Um can I not exploit all of this activity? If I do this, you attack me. Um then I have take. So this, you do this. Then I have hmm. Maybe I should just take for simplicity. Take castle and probably this will not end in a checkmate. You can activate the knight, which is actually quite annoying. I cannot defend both pawns except with this, but that's quite a depressing move. Do I just give back a pawn? This. Um, If I defend, I'm not sure actually. Hmm. Yeah, this is quite a strong move. After this, you take and I trap the knight. Is the knight trapped? You can defend it. That's quite annoying. Here, attack, defend. Yeah, that cannot be good. So this... Maybe I should have thought about that first. But I don't even see how I should stop that, to be honest. So probably I should activate my bishop somehow, which is quite difficult actually. Maybe make this pawn break so that after it takes I can take back. Yes, so I guess I will have to defend quite passively. I don't have the time to be stubborn, and then I might just um do something like this. What if you go here? I can take the file, and if you go back, I can go up. And now I defend the pawn, but more actively. So this is not a threat. I can go here, and if you jump in or jump in, um, I think I can just attack this, maybe trade this off, and so I can get my knight closer. Because I have an extra pawn and a bishop for knight advantage, but it's not really felt because of the knight on the edge. And the knight on the edge served its purpose, so I should try and activate it very fast. So this, and this comes to mind, pressuring literally everything, trying to win another pawn maybe. I don't understand the purpose of that move. Can I do this? You take, I go here. Is your knight trapped? Here, and if you take... Oh no, you can just go back. So I have to do this, and after take, I attack you, then you can defend. Okay, so this might be the purpose, but then I can take. Can I defend this? Oh, is that the plan? So here I probably have to push. And then you can weaken my pawns. My opponent is fighting back quite well, but this is too slow. Yeah, I think I have to activate my knight. Only 3 minutes, so let's play fast. This... I would wish to take... Oh, that's the plan. What if I give it check? You come up, I move the bishop. Um, yeah, I don't know. Trading rook should be in my favor, actually. No? I think it does. Take, take. My bishop can go here, so you're forced to do this. Then I can get in with my knight. And I should have a lot of threats. I believe. I didn't think about this at all, though. But I do have an escape square for my king now, so if you do a tactic like takes, I can take the knight, and this check should not be a problem. But it's close. Like, knight here is a lot of pressure on this pawn, but I do defend it already, so you have to go to one of these, which you should not be happy with. Then I can activate my knight, which was my biggest problem. And now I'm looking at this, but it doesn't really, I mean, it just blunders, so check, move up. Nothing there, I believe. So now I don't really know the way forwards anymore. What about here, take, here? You have two escapes things now. So that does not work. Oh, what? Check is not a problem. I can just move. So I think he just gave up all of his pressure, which should be very bad. If you do this, I can infiltrate. Okay, not there, but I can infiltrate like this, and the knight is not defended, and this is attacked. You should not allow my infiltration. Even for this check, there is no problem. No, that was a very bad move of my opponent. Probably you have to go here to stop my infiltration, but then I'll just infiltrate here and I control the file now, so you never have this. So I'm quite sure that this move will just win a pawn. What's the purpose? Oh, getting out of this, obviously, yeah, fair enough. So I can infiltrate, and this is undefendable. You will have to push it, and then I will figure something out. So let's do this, and we'll see. Maybe this is force, but then I can give a check, and I mean, you do defend this also, which is quite annoying actually. But I can just keep improving my pieces. If you... Oh, you want to trade rooks. Ew. Okay. Check here, that doesn't make sense. This, so that take, that doesn't make sense. So take, knight take, check, move, and I should make this indefendable. You always have this, which is quite annoying. Um, so if I take, you take, then I have a fork. So you have to move and I take. Oh, he blundered. I believe. My king is quite weak though. Take, and if you take, I have this. Take, and if you don't take, how do I save my bishop? Like this? I think so, and check, I can just do this, and if you take, this still exists. Oh, my bishop is tactically defended. That is so clutch. Yeah, you can give me a check. I will move if you do this. I'll move if you do this. I can go here. And you cannot give me the check. Okay, that is scary. Oh, that's very scary. Can I not stop? Check. Um, check, you move. So I have to do this. So that check, I can still not move. Did I blunder mate? This check, is that mate? Wow. No way, GG to my opponent, god damn. So check here. I have to sag the knight. And then I still have nothing. Check here or here. If you go here, I can maybe repeat, but after this, I don't know what I should do. Did I blunder mate? Maybe not if I take, because then I have an escape square. So I think you have to move. Can I take, bishop take, knight's hanging? So if I do this, that's still made. I have to have access here. So I have to sack my knight. If you take, I can take back. Your knight has to move. I could maybe pin this knight to win it back. Damn. Yeah, my opponent basically outplayed me there. I cannot lie. Fair enough. Check first. So if I move here, you can move your knight with a check, then I'll have to move. So let's go here. You will take this with a check. Fair enough. I'll take with the bishop. Oh, now you take. Shoot. Um, so now we're equal though. So, yeah, this is gonna be complicated. So I'm threatening to do this. That is very difficult to defend. And I'm threatening to do this and push my passed pawns. Wow. Check, move up. Blockade everything. That is not a bad square. Check, you can still move. I am very low on time, so you have to move to something here. Then I can just blockade your rook. Can I try and trap your knight? Um, I mean, this is not a bad square for my knight. And I should try and think about a knight trap, but it's maybe impossible. Check, you will have to move, and I could attack this pawn. And you cannot save it, and then I have two passed pawns. So I think this is my plan. The check is unnecessary. So this, and I just have to make sure that you cannot defend it. My opponent should try and see that and play this preemptively, which he doesn't find. Does he have a threat? Probably, but I'm not really seeing it. So let's just go for the pawn. I don't have a lot of time, so I want to win this, push these, and pray that I survive. I, by the way, also have check. You're forced to go here, but I don't have a check to distract the king off of the knight. But he has to be careful. If he puts his rook wrong, I might have some check and then a tactic with my knight, but not at the moment. Not even close. I do have something like this, double attacking that. And I don't know, probably I will not be able to trap your knight, but I mean, I cannot stop its passage here, so trapping the knight would be way too tunnel vision-ish. Yeah. So you cannot save the pawn. I will be able to push this. So probably this should happen so that after it takes, it's more difficult to push the pawn, but I can still push it, defend it, and then push, push. Move the rook and let these pawns just roll. And this knight is actually a champ. That's the same knight that was stuck on the edge for the entirety of the game, I think. I don't know what the point of that move is. I control all of these, so let's just go. Maybe it was to check and then block or block checks preemptively, but I don't see the use. Yeah, I don't care, I think. I could give a check if you move. Um, Low on time. Let's just give a check and see what happens. If you block, I will take with a check, take this, and I think that that should be deadly. I don't think a knight will stop two pawns and this active of a king having more passed pawns. I think that if he trades everything, that should be a winning endgame for me. Yeah, he sees the same vision, so I think I want you to take me. You do have a check, but I can go up. Then you have check. Did I blunder mate? Check. I'm forced to go here and check. Is that mate? Oh shoot, I might have blundered. I mean, obviously it's a low time blunder, but oh shoot, yeah, I only have one move and this is made. GG to my opponent. God damn, I swear to God I was winning, I think. I think if I trade, I'm winning. If I do take, take, push, you can attack the pawn though. I don't know, it's difficult. Let's go to the analysis and we will see. So GT, GG, Wayo. GG to my opponent. Very nice game, to be honest. He played very well. Yeah, I didn't play the greatest of games. I was very low on time, so this is fine. That's a fine move. The engine wants to do this, but I will have done a opening analysis, so I will not go over this. Apparently, I should take. Oh, I will see in my course. Usually, the rule is if one of these is the case, you shouldn't take. Apparently, in this position, you should. Oh, and that's why this knight has to go first. Okay, so probably that's my mistake. I should have done this so that after both of these happen with a bishop on g4, I can retreat. And if you go here, I just take. But I cannot take. So probably this rule is the case, but only with a knight on c6 that can take this knight. Oh, I made a mistake. Okay, that's very helpful. I cannot lie. Taking is bad. I should just develop. Um... I developed. That's an inaccuracy and the best move, yeah. So here I'm actually very happy with how I played. I did just see his plan, I saw his purpose, and I saw a clear way to stop it that did actually develop. So you should always think, is it worth stopping his plan? And can I stop his plan while executing my own plan? I want my rook to be active, so I can stop his plan while making my plan happen. So that makes it very easily, very worth it to stop his plans. And now this knight moved here. I can kick it, moving more pawns on light squares, and it just has to go back. So he wasted a lot of time. And I got this move and this move, and in those two moves, he just danced the salsa with his knight. So I don't like this move. He should think, I have a plan. Can he stop it while improving his position? The answer is yes, so he shouldn't do the plan. I develop which isn't the best, that is an inaccuracy, and that is the best move. So I do kick this, and yes, I break the rule of putting a knight on the edge, but it has a purpose. It goes back, this is not the best of plans, I should instantly grab this and instantly get my knight to f4. I will show you after this. He again has to stop my plan and then I can just castle. Let's say he castles. Probably I just put it. Oh, I have to go for this. Um, and what is better, the knight or the bishop? Okay, the bishop is actually bad. So putting the knight here is fine. You have a threat. You have a threat, so he has to take. Now you have the only bishop, and it's quite a strong piece. But it's not that good actually. So fair enough. He didn't really respond to my plan well enough, so I executed it. That's the best move, intending to take, and that's well defended. To be fair, it's still well defended, but this doesn't give me the information if you gonna take with the queen or the pawn. Taking is actually bad. And you should take with the pawn to have a flank of attack, fair enough. This is actually an inaccuracy, that's the best move. I did calculate correctly that this doesn't work, probably because of rook a1. Knight goes back, I take a free pawn. That is an inaccuracy, this is the best move. So I'm just intending to lure my queen to a better square. This is a mistake because actually I want to move my queen. You move, that's an inaccuracy. My knight should go in with what purpose? Oh, check is probably my plan, and this is quite difficult to defend, and my infiltration is incredible. I mean, I get this move, that move, I get in with a lot of attacks you will probably have to take. I can take with either piece, and I'm so active. Okay, I didn't see that. So take, I castle, which is bad. I should again think about what is his plan with this knight. It's going here, so I should stop it. because allowing it is way too strong. He does do it. That's the best move. I don't want to sack. That's an inaccuracy. I should instantly try and trade it off. That's valid, but this is very bad. Apparently, going back is the way to go. So I traded it off and I thought I have a very, very active bishop. Apparently, I have this, and if you take, I have to do this. I don't even see my thread. Like, what if you just move the king? Yeah, I don't see my threats. What if you move the king again? I mean, here probably check, yeah. So what if you just waste time? Check. You move and then I get check. Oh, okay, I'm trying to infiltrate. Fair enough. I don't know why I shouldn't do that instantly. Oh, and I sag the pawn to open up the file. Okay, that's difficult to see, but fair enough. So this blunders, that's a mistake. This is a great move. Now you just give me the file. That's a mistake. This is bad. Yeah. So this, you defend it. I thought you would defend it like this, to be fair. Oh, I have check. Yeah, so you have to defend it the other way. And then I get this. And what is even my plan? To now go here. Counterattack. Check. Move. Take a pawn while my... What? Oh, then I get check first. Very complicated. I'm not really mad that I didn't see it, to be fair. So I infiltrated. Taking the pawn is a mistake because of check. I should have taken with the bishop, and if you take my rook... Oh my god, the same thing. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, that's so annoying. I take with the bishop and I don't have these complications, and the file is still shut. That's a huge difference. Yeah, with a bit higher time, I would see that. So check is not the best, but I have to go the other way. Now you infiltrate. That's a great move to hold a draw. I have to sack my knight. Check. That's a mistake. I should go into this, but I mean, take, best move. That's an inaccuracy. Check here. Great move. This is a draw. And I think this will be a blunder. Yes, check is not the best. That's a great move. And here I have to take. So actually taking here is better. King takes. And I just push my pawn. Yeah, I did see all of this. Then I just push my pawn again, probably. No, that's a mistake. Do I have to retreat? Yes. You can try and infiltrate, and now I can kick your knight. I can kick the knight again. Rook has to probably defend. It doesn't. I can save the pawn. The engine wants to repeat. I will probably just save the pawn, and if he gives me a check, I have this. Oh, that's... Yeah, very difficult position. And what if you repeat? Now we go here, sacking the pawn. And then we can push our pass pawn and we're winning. Yeah, I saw the ID, but... I mean, low time, fair enough. I mean, GG to my opponent. That was very helpful. I hope I explained my thought process very detailed and well enough. And subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.